The following program is intended for mature audiences.
Let's get into R. Kelly's trial in New York. But first, I'm going to give y'all my disclaimer. This is commentary to me and commentary only. Nothing more or nothing less. I don't know which part of this is worse. The facts of the matter are, regardless of all the exaggerated lies from the media and the accusers, R. Kelly still engaged in inappropriate behavior with minors for years. That was him on tape with Rishana Landfair. And he married Aaliyah when she was underage with the help of his employees and government officials. I cannot understand why people are still in denial. People that weren't in the surviving R. Kelly documentary will be testifying against R. Kelly's behavior during this trial. And these are facts.
And Kelly's former manager just took the stand. He told the jury that the Grammy winner confided in him back in 1994 that Aaliyah was pregnant with his baby. Shortly after, they had a quickie and prosecutors say illegal marriage. R. Kelly was 27 and Aaliyah was just 15 years old.
Because I don't want y'all to misunderstand me when it comes to what I've written in my book. I really told this story a long time ago. I was trying to tell people when I was with R. Kelly. My name is Demetrius Smith. I was with R. Kelly from 1985, and I left him in 95. And I just want to make it clear that I was not about being receptive to him messing with young girls. I always fought when the lines were long and there were young girls. I tried to tell the parents. I tried to tell the record company of the things that I was seeing, because I was the first to see. And I didn't see him ever touch any young girls. But his actions in wanting to entertain them was inappropriate to me. So I tried to make that known. And as we went on from 95, after he married Aaliyah, I did get the license. I did that. I didn't forge it myself, but I walked her into places that gave her IDs. And I did that because Robert was told that he had to do this to save himself from jail. I've been with him from 85 to 95. Because of that, I stood in the gap to help him for that moment. It was supposed to fix things. It was supposed to change things. It was supposed to give him a reality check, because that's when it first started. That's when it happened in my sight. Coming up in the Kenwood days, watching him play with Tiffany Hawkins, Javantes. They were kids. There was no sexual activity. It was the beginning, so nothing was really happening. It didn't happen until after he got his deal that he became a monster to me. And I don't want to be misunderstood. I left him in 95. I'm not with him. Everybody that's with him after me, they pretty much knew what he was about. And, not to name names, but they know who they are. But if I name your names, then you're going to be set out, because you need to be set out, because you sat there and allowed that boy to continue to do what he did, to grow into the person he's grown to be. And you riding there on the side of him like he ain't doing nothing wrong. See, I'm a good guy now. I'm a nice guy. God has saved me. That book relieved a lot of pain from me. See, I walked in a lot of pain after R. Kelly. See, it's a long story. You ought to check my book out before you judge me. God bless you. My book is The Man Behind the Man, Looking from the Inside Out. It's on Amazon. It's been on there since 2011. Everything y'all talk about is in there. I'm not doing it to sell books, but, I have to clear my name now at the same time. And there's a lot of pain. But we had a lot of good times back in the days, man. And as far as Aaliyah is concerned, she's an angel in my book. There's nothing. Her parents, they were with her all the time. But you can't be with your kids all the time. The things they didn't see, I didn't see. You know, her parents were 100% behind her. But Diane, you didn't see everything. You watched her as close as you could. And we all did. And I feel like I let her down, and I cry over her. So don't bother me when it comes to Aaliyah, because she's an angel in my book. And her mom is 100% great mom. So don't insult this. Don't get it misunderstood. I told my story because I can tell.
And it is worth mentioning, Dick and Christine, that assistant, Demetrius Smith, did not want to be there. He told the judge he didn't want to testify. He even tried to plead the fifth. Unfortunately for him, another judge had already ordered him to testify with the promise of immunity in this case. Testimony continues in the R. Kelly trial next week. If he's convicted, 10 years to life in prison. Cook County Clerk Carolyn Harris testified about the 1994 marriage between Kelly and Aaliyah. Harris testified the marriage license was issued using a Department of Public Aid ID showing Aaliyah was 18, when in fact she was 15. That ID is not a legal way to obtain a marriage license under Illinois law. Kelly is accused of bribing a city official with $500 to provide that fake ID for the 15-year-old so that they could get married because Aaliyah was pregnant. Today on the stand, former assistant Anthony Navarro said working for Kelly was like being in the Twilight Zone. He has since worked for celebrities like Taylor Swift and Kanye West and said nothing similar ever happened with either of those musicians. Navarro also testified seeing cameras set up on tripods inside Kelly's bedroom. He was assigned to drive Kelly's girlfriends around, but according to what he called Rob's rules, he was forbidden from speaking with any of the girls. In fact, he says one time Kelly, quote, fined him for breaking a trivial rule and withheld his paycheck that week. He also testified he had to get Kelly's permission to give the girls food or take them anywhere. He said none of the girls he drove around appeared to be underage. He also told the jury he often picked up Kelly's herpes medication, an STD many of the women claim Kelly gave them without their knowledge.